help algorithms is the share feature. It's the very top priority. The more you can get your content shared, the more the algorithms will push your content into more news feeds. Okay, that's your number one element. And I'm going to show you a trick that's going to really help you on this. Okay. The second element is comments, on any of your posts. And the third one is reactions. Now, keep in mind, there's been a rumor floating around. I haven't seen any more about it, but that Facebook specifically, which will probably affect Instagram as well, they're going to be removing the reaction element from the algorithms. The feature is still going to be available that people can react to your posts, but they're supposedly going to pull that out of algorithms, which means shares and comments are your keys. If those are the only two things, then I have to look at that and go, okay, how am I getting people engaging then? Reactions are easy, okay? It's easy for people to scroll by a post and click a reaction. And that's probably why they're going to remove that element. So shares are number one, then comments, and then reactions. So I'm going to show you a trick when it comes to shares. The other thing you need to know about algorithms, they do not count business pages as engagement. Meaning, if a business page comments on something, if a business page shares into a group, they count as 0. The algorithms only reward people. Okay, so if you've been doing shares and you're sharing as your business page, you joined a couple of groups as your business and you're thinking, okay, if I share in there, it's going to get me more visibility. Inside that group, it will, but it won't help your algorithms. So if anybody's engaging on that post inside the group, it means nothing to the algorithms because it doesn't track a business page in essence. So I'm going to show you the trick, okay? I'm going to do a screen share. Oops. All right. Oh, my window's not showing up. Give me a second. Just make sure. There it is. Share screen. Here we go. So when it comes to sharing, and I'm just going to move the Zoom window out of the way. So because this feature is sitting underneath the little Zoom window. When you go to your business page and you want to take a post and you want to share it. So here's a trick, guys. If you can get yourself into a variety of groups within your target area, and if you can do 3 to 5 shares, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, okay, you'll start to notice the number of people reached on your posts will start to increase. So I'll show you a couple little things first. So for example, this post went out this morning. Okay, you'll see there's no shares. Okay, at this point. So organically, the algorithms have pushed this post into potentially 81 people's news feeds. So if I want this number to grow, if I was to share it into just 3 groups, probably by the end of the day, that number will reach around the 300 mark. Okay, but this is what you need to do. When you go to a post and you want to share it, if you were to click the share button right now, as is, you're going to get a couple of little options. Share to a group, and it will share to the group as your business. Share as Elite. Okay. You don't get many options. You share to a page. That's kind of it. But if when I come to my business page, at the top to the right, underneath the cover photo, you're going to see your little profile picture icon with a drop down arrow. If I click on this and I change it to Tammy, so I change it to me, I'm now a person. So once it flips over to Tammy and I go to the post, you'll notice my little profile picture is now Tammy. When I hit the share button, I now have a bunch more features. I can do other sharing opportunities. I can share it onto a friend's timeline. I can share it into a messenger. Okay. Now, when I go to share to a group, you're going to say it says share as Tammy. But here's the key or the trick. When I share as Tammy into this group, it will show that Tammy Hudgens shared Elite Marketing's post. And if people were to click on the post when it opens, it no longer shows Tammy Hudgen. Because I shared it, it will take it in essence back to the business page. So it's actually when people click it and it opens, it will show Elite Marketing. It will no longer show my name. So I still get traction to my post on my business page by doing this. And the algorithm is going to reward me because I shared it as Tammy.
Tammy, can I
Okay.
just ask a question?
Yeah.
Sorry, Meg, can you mute? Because I can hear feedback. Sorry. Irina is asking, so after you share to the group, the reach will include the members from the group as well. And that's why the number of reach increases?
Correct. So so here's a cool thing with posts. When you share something, if the best advantage to you is when you share it in a public environment. So if you're sharing it into a group that's public, it will actually get you more visibility, because when you do anything in a public environment, the algorithms will push a post out, especially in Facebook. They'll push a post out into your friend's news feed and say, Tammy Hudgen just posted in this group, and it'll show what I posted. Even if that person is not a member of the group, because it was done in a public environment. At the same time, if I'm sharing it into a private group, even as the members are scrolling through, if they engage or anything, that still counts on my algorithms into the number of people reached. It's really important that you start looking at those numbers, because when I opened that, it will show you a little bit. I'm going to do a screen share. It'll show you a little bit more detail. Let me just switch back to Elite. So when I open this up, it's telling me how many are reached, but it's giving me a breakdown. It actually showed that someone physically clicked on the photo. So you kind of get an idea of what people are doing, right? And that will help guide you as well. Here's another one, 925 people reached. We had 70 post clicks, meaning they clicked on the video, right? And you get these stats from it. So as you guys are building your social media, and this applies with any platform, LinkedIn, Instagram, as you guys are watching your stats, you can see what works well. And then you can start creating content around that element. If videos, and we're going to talk about content, but if videos are going very well for you, then do more of them. Right. And I will tell you where your priorities are when it comes to how you're rated with content. Okay. So it's really cool when you start to monitor what's truly happening with your own social media. I don't think we all pay enough attention to that to understand where our growth is coming, or maybe what's not working for us. So algorithms is your key. All right. So let's take it a step further. When we talk about algorithms, where do I get the most visibility? No matter what you do, your personal timeline on Facebook, number one. The algorithms are already in your favor, and I couldn't tell you a percentage, but I can tell you they're high. So they want more personal engagement. So they reward you when you work your personal account. Plain and simple. So here's some tricks. So I'm very fortunate. I've had, and I'm going to use my personal as an example, because I want you to understand the impact of algorithms. And I've been very fortunate in the last couple of weeks to have some big events happen that I was able to talk about. And this couldn't have been better timing for me, because I have a big announcement coming out in the next couple of days. And because of what's been happening on my personal, the algorithms are going to kill this for me, and it's going to get me major visibility. So I'm going to show you, and this was not planned, but this is what you can do strategically to get more visibility. Now you have to be careful. So personal timelines will always get the most visibility when it comes to algorithms. Okay. And then your business page will. All right. Facebook does have some rules, and they state that Technically, you cannot conduct business with a personal account, meaning if you want to conduct business, you have to have a business page. However, that line is grayed. They didn't really specify that. It doesn't say that I can't work my timeline. It just means I can't have an account in a business name, a personal account. However, because it's a gray area, I'm asking you to take caution with what you put out on your personal timeline. And you can be strategic in how you do this. But why is this important? So if I know that the algorithms are in my favor, there are certain things that I can do to help bring more visibility. And I can really create this to get visibility to something very specific. So you have an announcement coming up, right? And you want to get as many people as you can to see this. So we all know that the key is engagement. All right. So if I know that the more engagement I get, the more that Facebook or the algorithms, whether it's Instagram, LinkedIn, doesn't matter. The more engagement I get, the more the algorithms will feed me into people's feeds. So more people will see me. All right. So over the last couple of weeks, I've had some big announcements and I wasn't hugely understanding what was happening. And it just worked out on a timing level. Okay. So I celebrated a birthday. Now, what I want you to see here, I had 365 people posted on my timeline. All right. Right off the bat, that's a huge number to have in essence from an algorithm. Okay. So that was my first thing. Then I went and I posted, we had done a photography, that's not the one I want, session with some wolves. Okay, I had 485 reactions and 200 comments on this post. So the algorithms are increasing, getting more visibility, all right? Now, because of where I live and all the flooding and the mudslides happening, I was receiving numerous messages. So I decided to post a thank you. All right. And again, more engagement, 173, 39 comments. So I've been getting some activity. So I have a book that's being launched in the next couple of weeks. So this is key for me. All right. So my algorithms are in my favor right now. So here's the trick, guys. You ready for this? Oh my God, you're going to love this. All right. So when you want to get visibility to something, I know that my personal timeline is going to get me the most visibility as that anything else I do. It doesn't matter. This is where it's at. So if I have an announcement, here's a trick for you. 10 minutes before you are going to type your post on your personal timeline, you're going to go and do 10 minutes of engagement through your news feed. I'm going to show you another trick that's even better, but through your news feed. So I'm on my news feed. I'm going to spend 10 minutes and I'm going to go through and I'm going to engage. Now I need to get engagement back. So I recommend where you can to comment. Okay. So if you can comment, comment. If not, then do your reactions. Okay. Do your reactions, right? Then you're going to go and you're going to publish your post. So whatever that big announcement is that you're going to make or that post you want to get the visibility to, you're going to go and publish that post. Then as soon as you finish publishing it, you're going to go and do another 10 minutes of engagement. What you're doing is physically, I call it the 10-1-10. So 10 minutes of engagement, one is your post, and then 10 minutes more of engagement. What you're physically doing here, guys, let me just stop the share for a second. You're taking your post and you're sandwiching it in between where the engagement was happening. Because I do engagement, what's going to happen is each person I engaged with is going to receive a notification that Tammy has engaged with them. Most of us are on top of our responding when it comes to notifications, but at that point, those people are going to get their notifications and they're now going to go and start responding. So you started a communication process between those people. All right. And then you do your post and you go and you do your 10 minutes more of engagement. By doing this, you're getting the algorithms working at the front end and at the back end, which means because you sandwiched your post in there, your post will end up getting pushed out to more and more people as the engagement increases. So you're keeping the engagement going back and forth. So how can you be strategic with that? We have a feature in Face. Oh, sorry, a question. How do you do the engagement? And you mean just like my friend's post? Yes. So you want to go through your news feed and you're going to click either react to someone, a friend's post, or you're going to comment on it. I encourage you to comment. It's more beneficial if you comment, if you can, okay? So here's the trick. So we have a feature in Facebook called custom friend lists. Now, this can be used two different ways. The first way is if I wanted to do a post where I only wanted my real estate clients to see it, then I can create a custom list. And when I go to publish the post, and I'm going to show you guys this, I can change the privacy to just that list, which means only the people in that list will see that post, okay? At the same time, what I can utilize these lists for is this engagement piece that we need to do. You can make as many lists as you want. So you should be growing your friends list beyond your family. Like you really need to understand if the algorithms are going to benefit me on my personal, then I need to start working my personal from a business perspective, okay? So create lists, go through your friends list and make a bunch of lists. People that are potential clients, people who are retiring soon, people who are getting married soon, first-time home buyers, people who I want to network with, people who are my peers, people who have large networks that potentially could be referral partners. Think of all the type of people you have. Do your homework and really understand who's on your friends list. And now this is what you can do. So I'm going to do a share screen again. All right, I'm going to just move my window, Zoom window out of the way. When you are on your Facebook, and I recommend you do this from the computer, okay? Trust me, it'll save you some aggravation. When you're sitting on your home tab of Facebook, down the left-hand side here, you're going to see a See More button. You're going to click on a See More, and you're going to look for friend lists, friend lists. So you'll see I have one called testing. I didn't really put anyone in there. That's funny. Down the left-hand side, if you scroll all the way to the bottom, there'll be a create list. So you click on this and you can give your list the name. So people who are retiring, right? Because you're going to think about this. How do I target these people? What kind of content am I writing that's strategic, that's going to target these people that are on my personal timeline, on my personal account, my friends list? Okay, so people who are retiring, and then I can add friends. So now I've got my list of people and I can start, and I can just type them in and search for them, or I can just click as I scroll, whichever way you want to do it, save changes. So I now start this list. All right. And I'll show you a quick way to build to add to this list even better. So I created this list. So it's twofold. So if I was going to do the engagement piece, and this announcement or whatever post I want to get visibility to is going to specifically target anyone who's retiring, then what I'm going to do 10 minutes before I publish the post, I'm going to come into my custom lists. I'm going to open up the people who are retiring, and now I can click. This is without having to use my news feed because I'm going to be strategic. I would click. Now, this is just my own little trick. I right click and say open link in new tab. I only do this so I don't lose this window, but you can click on the person's name. And now you can go through and do some engagement specifically on these people. I'm specifically targeting these people, okay? So I do 10 minutes. I go through this list and I engage 10 minutes. Then I'm gonna go to my timeline and I'm gonna write a post, okay? Boom, 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 write my post. And now, this is a twofold. You could just go ahead and publish the post and let all your friends see it. Your engagement piece, you specifically engaged on those you're actually targeting. Or you can come in here and now change your privacy setting on this post so that only the people who are retiring see it. So when you open up to write a post, your privacy setting is sitting here. It tells you who you're sharing the post with. If you click this and you scroll down, you will see that your lists are sitting here. And I would click on the list, and it means only these people will see this post. So now I become very strategic of who I'm targeting. Now, keep in mind, when you change a privacy setting, the next time you go to write a post, you have to change this back. It will default to whichever list you have assigned. So make sure you go in and change it back to friends, okay? Now, to grow these lists, here's a quick way. Go to your personal, once you've go in and create all the lists, just create them. You don't have to add anybody in, just create all your lists. Go to your personal timeline, go to your friends tab, and you can actually scroll through here. And if you click the 3 dots, you can click edit friend list, and all your lists will be here, and you can just check off which lists you're going to add these people to. You can add them to multiple lists as well. And no, they have no idea that you've added them to any lists. This is strictly for you. Nobody will ever see these lists. Okay, so this is just such a cool way to get the algorithms really working in your favor if you want to get more visibility to something. Any questions on algorithms? That's a lot, but it really gives you an understanding of how it works and where you should be putting your focus, okay, on a personal level. What are you doing personally on Facebook? If that's where I'm going to get the most visibility, what am I doing? How am I using my personal timeline? How am I being strategic with who I'm targeting? Okay. So let's roll that right into content, talk about content. So algorithms obviously have certain pieces that also rank higher, right? The type of content you put out. Number 1, live video, plain and simple. Live video will always get you the most visibility. It might not seem like it at the time, but Facebook will rank you higher if you do live video. And we all know how great video is for Instagram. You got to be doing reels. You got to be putting out reels. Rumor also has it that since TikTok has been so successful, Facebook is is rumored to be converting Instagram to a strictly video platform. So if that's coming, then you need to start getting into videos. You need to be doing them either way as reels. It is your #1 ranked element in Instagram. Okay.
Tammy,
live videos. Yes.
Sorry to interrupt you. Mark has a question there.
Oh, is newsfeed the same as the home? Yeah.
The same as homepage of Facebook?
Yes, I apologize. I should have specified that. Yes, the homepage is your news feed as well. Okay, so anytime you're lost in Facebook, just hit that little home house at the top. It will always take you back to the very beginning of Facebook. So live video, and then next would be video, so recorded video. Then it's just a visual, nothing written, just a visual. Sorry, nothing written on the visual. Written content, yes. But the visual itself is just a visual. Then a visual with a caption. Then a visual with, let's say, tips. Those are your order of ranking, how the algorithms are going to rank you. So having said that, we know that video is obviously the #1. When we talk about just a visual, if you have to choose a visual, the best ones you can choose are pictures of you. They will always get you more visibility than anything else. You know that. You go through your news feed, we all stop when somebody puts a picture of them. We all stop on it. So if that's what we do, everybody else is doing it. So you need to start bringing more of you into your content. So I'm going to give you some ideas, and one of the things that we're providing you guys at the end of this is I did up a 30-day calendar for you. Okay. Or 5 days a week so 25 posts I've come up with for you that gives you content ideas, and you can recycle this every single month, because the content ideas I gave you are big categories that will allow you to encompass a variety of elements. So you're going to receive that Megan will get it emailed off to you guys so you can utilize that. Okay. We'll show you a sample at the end so you get an idea of what it looks like. So when we talk about content, the most important thing you can do is sell you. My tagline for my business is creating your presence. That was my third rebrand when I finally rebranded as Tammy. Have you ever Googled yourself? Google yourself. If you're fortunate to have a name that's not very common, it makes it easier. But if you want to see when, okay, where your Google helps you is the more active you are in public environments, the more beneficial. So guest speaker, right? People will always post that in public environments that you're a guest speaker, okay? You all can be guest speakers, everybody. If you get to be guest bloggers, they go on other people's websites, that will get you into Google, okay? So if you want, Google me, because there's only one Tammy Hudgen, grateful for that because I'm easy to find. But if you Google me, I want you to take a few minutes and go through and look at what kind of content is showing up in Google under Tammy. And this will guide you in where you can expand to get more visibility to you, okay? So the more you can do, what I realized in my transition as I was building my business is the more I sold Tammy, the more my business grew. So let's talk about that. As real estate agents, and this is not mean to be offensive at all, but as real estate agents, what I've learned is that you all do the same thing from a posting standpoint. You guys all have the same content. Nobody's doing anything different. You're not showcasing, you're not standing out, right? So you're blending in with all the other real estate agents. So we're going to talk about content when it comes to you. So video we know is big. One of the things that we focus so much on as real estate agents is selling properties. We don't sell communities. The house, in all honesty, ends up being an easier sell than selling a community. So think about that. How can you start incorporating the community into your posts? Go out and do videos, go live, do recorded, do selfies, where you're going to go and show. Where can my kids go for recreation? Are there parks? Do you live in an area there's a lake? Where can I go for a romantic dinner with my spouse? Where can I take my kids for a play day, right? Are there movies? What does the community, schools, colleges, universities, wherever you're marketing, market the community, okay? And start pushing that out on your social media. Then stop in at the unique shops, stop in at the restaurants, talk to the owners, interview them. Why did you choose this community? What do you love about it here? Now, the key with that, when you start talking to other people and you bring them into either your video or that selfie you're going to take, you are then going to tag them, both their business name, business page, and their personal. That will give you exposure to their audience. And they'll all be good with this, right? If you say to them, hey, I would love to feature you on my business page, and could you mind? And you talk about, give them that, shout out. What is it unique about what they offer in their store or their restaurant or whatever? But when you're asking them questions, ask them questions about the community. Why did they choose this community to build their business? Why did they choose this community to raise their family? Look for the #1 community members. Who is visible in the community? Because those ones who are visible in the community, I can bet you have a great social media presence. So who are they? Go find them, talk to them. Start bringing that in through video and through actual visuals. You don't need to do this, like one a week would be great. And it's just showcasing the community. You start selling the community. So now when you put that listing up, you've already sold them on the community. So now it's just whether they fall in love with the house. Think about when you're sitting with a coworker, take a selfie of the two of you and publish that post and say what it is you're working on. Here's another example. You're on this Zoom training. Take a screenshot, put it out. You could put this out on your personal. Think about this. On your personal. Showcase that you are learning social media so that you can be a better agent for your clients, right? Showcase your success. If I don't know you're successful, I'm going right by you, because if I want my house sold, I'm going to someone who succeeds, because I don't want my house to sit on the market. I need it sold fast. So talk about your success, talk about the success of your team, talk about the success of your clients. And anytime you can use visuals of yourself with your clients, bring that in, tag them, tag them, tag them. Now, at all times, make sure you ask permission. Tell them that you're going to be putting it on social media. Make sure they're comfortable with that. Okay. Real estate listings, all of the standard tips, all of that, you still need to be doing all of that, but you need to bring you into this. And you can do that through your personal and through your business page. You can do it through Instagram. You can even do it through LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a great platform for you guys, especially if executives are getting ready to retire, right? What a place to reach them. Most executives are not going to be sitting on Facebook. All right. So think about that. If you're going after any commercial, you should be working LinkedIn, but you still want to sprinkle in some of you. Take this beautiful face of yours and showcase it. Showcase your talents. Showcase when you learn a lesson. Talk about your lessons learned, because we're not all perfect. And if we only talk about success, that can sometimes hinder us. So talk about lessons learned. Talk about, at the end of the week on your personal, whether it's Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, doesn't matter. Look at your week and go, what was I successful at this week? It doesn't have to be about selling a house. It could have been successful that you came up with you found a program to help you manage your time. Talk about the things that you do to build yourself as a successful business person. Okay. Any questions on content? You guys are awesome. We're going to now talk about ads, Facebook ads, especially. Now, Facebook ads tie into Instagram ads, because when you do them, you can have them filter into Instagram. So I'm going to talk about ads as a whole. As a real estate agent, unfortunately for you guys, you're in a pickle. When it comes to advertising, there's two types of advertising on Facebook. There's boosting of posts, and then there's sponsored ads. Boosting of posts is taking an existing post on your business page and boosting it to reach more of your audience. Sponsored ads are, you're not creating the ad on your business page. You're creating it in Ads Manager, and there's about, I'm guessing 12 to 15 different objectives. So depending on what you're ultimately trying to achieve on the ad would determine what type of ad you're going to choose. Now, because you guys are real estate agents, you fall into a category that's considered special ads category. So if you've had ads rejected, it's because when you go to do the ad, right at the top, there's going to be an option that says special ads category. You must select that. When you click it, you then must choose housing. Once you do that, Facebook controls your demographics. So you ultimately cannot work with customized audiences or creating your own demographics, unfortunately, okay, as real estate agents. So you're going to work with the demographics, and they basically do a 30-mile radius, I think it is. I think it's a 30-mile radius of where your business page location is. Okay, that's basically how they do it. So no matter what you do with ads, you're always going to be restricted on that part. Just as a side note, if you've also had ads rejected and you don't know why, they say it goes against community standards, please make sure that none of your ads contain the words you or your. You can never, ever write an ad that targets someone specifically. So as soon as you use words like you or your, it will be rejected. That's exactly why it's being rejected. So when you're writing any content for ads, always write it using it as plural of us and we, that kind of element. Okay. Now, sponsored ads. These ones, because they have objectives, you have to determine what it is that you ultimately want to do. And one of the coolest ones that I think is called lead ads. I don't know if anyone's tried them. So I'm just going to quickly show you how to get to lead ads. just so you know. So when you are on your home tab of Facebook, down the left-hand side, you want to look for Ads Manager. If you do not have Ads Manager, you need to click the 9 dots in the top right-hand corner of Facebook. Let me just move my Zoom window. And you're going to say, you'll see it'll say create, and you're going to say add, and that will take you to Ads Manager. Okay. When you're in here, so I'm going to create a new ad. When you're in here, no, it took me. No, sorry, it took me to my boosted. I apologize. I don't want that. I want Ads Manager. All right. Come on, baby. So lead ads is really cool. So if I want to create an ad, you have this one called lead generation. So what's really cool about this is if you have, the best way to do this is if maybe offer a free download. Never do a free download in one page. People, when they receive one page document, they don't feel that there's enough value in it. So expand it to 2 or 3 pages by dropping in visuals, add visuals into your written content. Okay, so a free download, and maybe it's tips on preparing their home to sell. Okay, so I want to do a lead generation. What's really cool is when I work with this type of an ad, I'm just going to hit continue. I'm going to cancel this after. So here's where you guys are. See this special ads category? You must choose housing. You must. Otherwise, your ad is going to be rejected. Plain and simple. Okay. I'm just going to quickly skip through this because I just want to get, I wanted to show that. Let me go back one. I apologize. I will get further into the lead, but I want to show you a trick here. When you guys are doing ads, it's defaulted to choose a daily budget. How much do I want to spend on a daily basis? Okay. Now, if you were to actually change this to lifetime budget, all right, and I put in the dollar value, $50. It's just for this ad, okay? What happens is when I choose a lifetime budget and I click show more options, I can now run ads on a schedule. So if I hit edit, run ads on a schedule, come on. Oh, sorry. It's just taking a minute. All right. I apologize, guys. When I go, where is it? Here it is. When I go to the next screen, it shows me this chart here, and it's by day and by hour. I can now control when my ads are going out into news feeds. So I don't want ads to go out in the middle of the night. So I can do every day if I want, or I can just, now I'm just clicking and dragging. So let's see, I could start at 6 a.m. Whoops. Let me get rid of these. I can start at 6 a.m., go all the way. Maybe I only want to do Monday to Friday. Or I could even just say, you know what, I don't want to run it at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, whatever it might be. So when you choose a lifetime budget, you get to control when your ad is going out into news feeds. Okay, I see there's a chat button, so sorry, I have to jump off. Thank you. Okay, so you'll be able to control how your money is being spent. So instead of taking that $50 and hoping and relying on Facebook as to where they're going to push you, and you're a little fish in a massive pond, take a little bit more control by choosing when and where your posts go out to. Okay, or sorry, when and the days of the week and the hours it goes out to. Okay, now when it comes to lead forms, you'll go through and you'll continue completing the ad. You'll put your written, you'll do your visuals, but you get to create an actual form, and you can ask them for whatever information you feel is necessary that you need to know for them to get this free download. So you put in your, name, email address. I'm not sure if you can ask for phone number anymore, but you'll see the options. You can also ask questions. You can type your own questions. Okay. Then what's really cool, they give you a button at the end that when people fill out this lead form, you can have a button to drive the traffic somewhere. So now you could say, hey, visit my website for something. All right. So now what happens is as they fill out this form to get your free download, which could be the button, you can now export that lead sheet. Facebook tracks it for you, puts it into an exportable Excel or CSV file. You can print out all that information, and now you can do your follow-up emails and make sure they got your free download. You can now open up the communication process with these people. So lead ads are really awesome for that. A lot of us don't have access to be able to know who's visiting our websites, things like that. This is a way to physically get people's information into your hands. They fill it out so you have approval. At the same time, when we're talking about ads, video, again, algorithms, right? So video is always going to be number one for you. So get comfortable doing video. And you utilize that in your ads. Secondary would be a carousel ad. I love carousel ads. Carousel ads, you're allowed 10 different images. They create what they call cards. And when people click on each visual, which is a card, it will take them to the next one. Well, each card, when you upload that visual, I can add its own headline and its own unique click button. So think about that. If I was doing, a variety of content in this carousel ad, one card could be free home evaluations, and it will have a button that takes them right to where they can fill out that application form. The second card could be about seeing new listings, and that button can drive them right to where your new listings are. So in that carousel ad, you now get control over each card, and you can really customize it to be a great user experience, but also benefit you. So when you're thinking about ads, I want you to think beyond what the standard is of a written content and a visual. I want you to think about what type of ads do I have access to that I can get more value out of it instead of boosting a post. Boosting a post, I only do that if I'm going to lead into a marketing ad campaign. Then I will incorporate a video process where I do like 3 different videos, and I put them on my business page, and then I will boost them just so that I'm getting visibility, and then go and do an ad. So I've got algorithms working all over the place on my behalf. So you really need to think about things like that. It's really important. But please know this, guys, ads suck. Best way to explain it. We don't have the kind of finances to really compete in the ad space. So I still encourage people to do ads. However, I encourage you to go in there with the mindset that what my ad is going to get me is visibility. It will never, no one can ever guarantee you conversion. Don't believe that. Please do not believe when people tell you they can guarantee conversion. They cannot. We don't have that kind of control. I've worked enough in the background. We don't have that kind of control. What we will guarantee, and this is for you to know when you do your own ads, what you know is you will get visibility. That's all that is guaranteed with this, okay? So do them right. Now, Mark had a question. So first comment as yourself on the home page, then post as your page on your page and share pictures. Then share that post as yourself to other groups and comment. Yes, Mark. Okay. Oh, okay. Sorry. Let me break this down into 2 parts. Okay. If I want to get the most visibility, and I know my personal timeline is going to give that to me, and I want to put a post out that I really need people to see, I need that traction, then I'm going to spend 10 minutes of engagement as Tammy on those custom lists that I created, or go through your news feed, whatever you feel works best for you. Doing the engagement through your news feed works as well. The custom list is to allow you to get more strategic with your friends list to really market to the right people. So as Tammy, I'm going to network, I'm going to engage, and then I'm going to publish my post on my personal, and then I'm going to go back and do another 10 minutes of engagement as Tammy. That's one element. Another element to get more visibility to your business page is you can do a post on your business page, then you're going to change the little profile picture to be you, so to be Mark. Then you're going to go and share the post from your business page into a variety of groups. If you can do 3 to 5 shares, so you can even share onto your personal timeline, that would count as 1. Just don't bombard people that way. The most I would do sharing onto my personal timeline from my business page would be 2 a week. No more than that. Lucky if I do 1. Okay. But you can share into groups and you can share onto your personal timeline. You want to do minimum 3 to 5 each time you do that. So I do them Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And I only hit each group once a week. So I have myself in, let's say 35 groups that I'm working currently, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 1 day a week. So I'm only hitting the group 1 day a week, and I'm doing that to prevent us from being spammers. I don't want people to think we're spammers. Okay, so then I'm sharing from my business page as Tammy into a variety of groups or onto my personal timeline to get the business page algorithms working in my favor. Does that explain it for you, Mark? Okay, any other questions at
Yes,
this point? Oh, sorry. I think Mark.
Yes, that's great. Thanks.
You're welcome. Any other questions, guys? I kind of have finalized what I'm speaking about today, but do you have any questions? Hit me up. No? Hopefully I didn't overwhelm all of you guys. So I'm just going to quickly show you. Here at Elite, we do obviously manage social media. Now, I will tell you we're in the process of coming up with some new ideas, okay? So we're working in the background to improve on our social media packages that we offer. So this is a sample of, let me do a screen share. This is a sample of what we currently do to give you an idea. So we will create the content for you. And this gives you an idea. We do a variety of elements. We do quotes, we do questions, we will do tips. We will brand it to custom brand to the colors and the fonts that you choose. But we will do this on your behalf. So you can outsource to us to incorporate or to at least make sure that you're getting social media content out there. All right, so this gives you a great idea. It looks fantastic. It looks professional. And then amongst that, you can incorporate the personal side of things that we did talk about, the videos for the community and things like that. Those are things that we are talking about incorporating. So be aware that we have future plans to be able to offer more of a customized service to you, where we can really bring that community element into your social media. So that'll be down the road. Okay. We are currently working on that. Jen, did you want to say anything to that?
Always.
Love you.
First of all, thank you, Tammy. You're always a wealth of knowledge. And I've heard you do webinars for the last few weeks. And every time I'm just like, oh my gosh, I learned something new. So you're absolutely amazing. And thank you to all of you from Right at Home for joining us. This was awesome. We had some good questions. If you have any other questions or you want to sign up for at least just a chat with us to personalize your questions, we're happy to do that. So as Tammy mentioned, we do offer social media management. And we are doing a promotion that if you would like to learn about our services and sign up for them this week, we are offering 20% off of that. Meg, I believe you have the promo screen share. And as Megan also mentioned, we offer photography and we're offering a discount on that, as well as graphic design. I believe each one of you will get a $50 credit to use for any of our graphic design services. So,
and yes, you'll be receiving a recording of today, right, Jen?
That's right. A recording of today, and also a free giveaway that we're doing. It's a calendar that Tammy has crafted for us for these webinars, and it will give you a breakdown of what you need to do to post some really great personal stuff on your social media that will get you some traction.
I'm going to pull it up.
All of that today. We're just waiting one sec to pull this up. So 15% off listing photography, provided you live within our service area, a $50 credit for anything you want to use for graphic design, and then 20% off your first month of social media management with us if that's something that you're interested in. If you just want to have a chat too, feel free to give us a call. We're here during normal business hours and we're happy to chat with all of you.
I will be, sorry, I'm just going to interrupt. I will be sending out these coupons as well as the calendar, as well as the recording for today. to everyone that was able to join us today. So you will
Megan,
receive
do you
these
have the
coupons.
calendar
I do. I will
in
find
front
that
of
as well.
you?
Let me find it.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it on. Thank you, because I'm not seeing it in my folder here for some reason. Sorry about that. I thought I had it already open and now I don't find it.
Just
So
opening
this
it here.
particular, this particular calendar that I did is to help you guys to just think a little bit outside the box. I also, there's some notes at the bottom, but I threw in some hashtags. Hashtags are very strategic as well. You don't want to choose all your hashtags should not be ones that have million to million of followers. So what I did when I created the hashtags, I actually looked into them, and the hashtags I've assigned to each one of these doesn't mean you have to use them. The hashtag that I assigned for each one of these are ones that fall into the strategic number system. But basically, this is kind of giving you an idea. And I did mention in these ones about getting out into the community. So, feature an old listing and talk about what was successful about the selling process and provide one key tip to help future sellers. Tips Tuesday, right? Feature someone in the community, an active community member, business owner, take a photo of you with them, ask them to share some wisdom to write with the post. Do you have a friend whose business page could use some exposure? Why not write a post about them, tag their business, and give them a free shout out, right? So I'm giving you a variety of ideas to just get you thinking outside the box, but also I'm strategic in getting you to tag and promote other people, because in the end, it helps them, but it also helps you. This goes back and forth. So that's why you'll see that I've encouraged those kind of elements, because it will only benefit both users. All right. So you'll be receiving this. You can use it. Oh, I'm trying to scroll down. That's funny. And there are some notes at the bottom as well that will just guide you. Okay. But please, you can just recycle this over and over again, because it allows you to keep thinking differently. All right. Think that's it.
Yeah, I think we've covered everything. And like I said, I will follow up with everybody that joined today. Thank you, Tammy. Like Jen said, every time we have you, which, more knowledge. So I'll be sending out an email as a thanks to everybody with the coupons and recordings. So thank you. And if anybody has any questions, again, I will put my information in here, and please feel free to reach out.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.